Hi! It's been a while. Hi! I know. It's been a while. For you, my beloved 2.5 subscribers who's watching this video. There was Christmas, New Year, then another Christmas, then another holidays. Anyway, I'm coming back with a fresh new content. I'm sorry I forgot my goat. I forgot my goat in the next video. I'm gonna bring my goat back. This video has no script, has nothing. This is just a brief introduction about proper Amazon metric processor, PropAmp AI, the platform for Amazon sellers that we're building. And in this video, I want to show you what progress we've made, how sexy it looks like, and how beautiful it is to manage the Amazon business through PropAmp AI. I'm telling you, this is magnificent. Because doing business should be fun and sexy and empowering and encouraging. But on Amazon, look at this. This is the Amazon. This is the Seller Central. This is the platform that every seller has whenever you buy anything from Amazon. The person in charge has to deal with this, exactly this. And it looks like this. And you know nothing from here. Like literally not. Okay, yes, not nothing. You know a bunch of stuff, but it's so inconsistent and incomprehensive. It's super difficult to understand. For example, payments. You see payments, 88,000. This is the money that sits on your account from your sales that you're making. However, what's the profit? How much you gain? Where's the money? Where's the money, Lebowski? And look at this. This is the PropAmp AI, the main page, Mission Control Center, where you can see this beautiful Sankey chart where you can have the glimpse of how much of organic sales you made, like when was it? Oh, this is the last week. Yeah, today is Monday, January 19th. Didn't update it, we didn't make any sales so far, but anyways. So, for example, last week, the 45K in sales, 31,000 was from organic sales, 14,000 advertising sales. Then you subtract the cost of goods sold that you sold, and you end up with a gross revenue. It's all straightforward for me. I'm sorry if you're super smart and super sophisticated person who's watching this. I'm sorry to be so detailed and dismantling all of this, because this is super obvious. This is sexy Sankey chart that shows you eventually the net profit. But there's one trick here. The gross profit of the last week's sales was up like almost 10K. However, we can add operating expenses that we incurring every single day, which is haven't done it for the last week. But for example, if you see the New Year's week, which is slightly lower than the average bouncing between 40K to 50K in United States, but the New Year's the New Year's week was okay. The gross margin was 9%, but we got the operating expenses of almost all of our gross profit, so we end up having negative gross profit. Essentially, there's a net loss, but this is a psychological thing. It's better to tell that you have negative net profit rather than positive net loss. You'll get into this. Anyway, we got expenses, and then in that platform, I'm sorry, I'm losing my light. In our platform, you can input the operating expenses within every period that you incurring them. For example, this week we had a Shopify, LinkedIn subscription, obviously, some kind of a fees. Anyway, we have an accountant doing all of that drill, so showing the net profit was negative. For sellers who are using the Amazon PPC, Amazon advertising, all of the advertising that are incurred and all of the expenses on the advertiser that incurred on the platform. We called it internal ads. So I know that most of the sellers use both. In our category, it's not a good drill, it's not a good deal. So that's why we polishing our Amazon PPC and using only internal ads only. However, if you have external ads, you also can add them, and you would have the ACOS through the platform, ACOS through the external ads, and total ACOS in combined. I'm not going to explain what ACOS means, because if you're watching this, most likely you know what ACOS is. If you don't, just go GPT this thing and it will tell you. What else? What I wanted to show you within this short video, this is going to be short. I'm not going to edit it. There's not going to be fancy stuff going on here. Is that when you scroll down through the Sankey chart, you will be able to see how you perform within a specific ASIN. You can see how much gross profit you're making within each ASIN. You see some of the ASINs actually are losing money, which is normal. You never know. Sometimes you get the money, sometimes you lose the money. The important thing that I wanted to tell you about is that we take the marketplace fees as a whole, as a bunch, as like in bulk. However, we distinguish them into the fees for the account and fees for the product. What I mean by that is that, for example, you make a sale, but selling on marketplace means that the marketplace will strip out the fulfillment fee, referral fee, storage fee, and blah, 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 and other fees. And they count those fees according to the unit, according to the ASIN. So that's what we call order fee. However, there might be some expenses that goes to the account. For example, on that week, what was it? Yeah, customer return high rate fee. So the fee that Amazon or any other marketplace charge for their account. So it's not properly distilled into different ASINs, just charge for your account totally. And yeah, this is the way we approach the fees on Amazon. And you also will be able to see those kind of fees in a Sankey chart. The other brilliant thing about Sankey chart is that, I'm the nerd. I love numbers. I know numbers. I can see through them. But maybe, just maybe, it's difficult for you to see the numbers. So that's why we have a Sankey chart, Maybe it's super difficult to look at this bunch of numbers and to get a proper conclusion of what's going on. So for you can take this Sankey chart and doing like this. Okay, marketplace expenses. It was like 69%. 69%. And you can just hover it over the gross revenue and you'll see this little subtraction leads to gross profit. You see where I'm going? It's all one. It's all together. You can play around with it. It's pretty fun. Yeah. It's fun that I'm shutting up playing around with this bullshit. Anyway, there are a bunch of metrics and bunch of stuff here going on PropAmp AI. You can plug in operating expenses. You can check how is inventory going, how you selling, how fast you selling. You see, for example, we plugged in the United States inventory, and this red dotted line is today, and it's slowly decreasing because we're selling every day, and you need to replenish inventory, and we have upcoming inventory coming in the early February. So it's like a game. It's like a gamification of the process. You know what I said? That business should be fun and sexy and encouraging. This is exactly what we're doing. We're taking the data from Amazon, from all of this CSV, deadly boring files, condense them, shuffle them, and present you with a nice mission control center where you can jump into other sections of the website which find appealing to you. The last thing that I want to show you, the thing that I admire the most, is that we have the history of a cost of a goods of sales that we make, and you can see the timeline of the COGS that you're having. It's pretty brilliant, it's pretty beautiful, it works flawlessly. And yeah, if you're interested, or you might know someone who might be interested, or you know the guy whose sister is married to a guy who knows the drill of Amazon selling, and he's struggling, especially if he's selling across the globe. Because you know what? We're not dealing only with one country. We're dealing with all of them. Like all of them. Gazillions of countries that has Amazon in their country can be plugged in, and you can change what's going on in Europe. Let's check in Europe. What's up with Europe? I set the USD currency because we incur our expenses in US dollars, but you're free to choose any Bolivar, rupee, dinar, dollars, whatever rocks your boat. Okay, so you can see the same story going in different countries, in different marketplaces. You can choose all of them, or you can just choose one of them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just please use the platform. That's it. Okay, that's it. As I promised, this is a quick video. Nothing fancy. Just just a little update that we are updating every day, and waiting for you to be our customer. Thank you. Have a brilliant day or night.